Hi. Um, so I am not a betting woman, but I'm guessing that you read the headline of this video. And one of two things happened, maybe both. You probably judge me as a parent and think I'm a terrible parent, and or you think that the headline is hyperbolic or exaggerating, but it is not. My daughter, who is 11 years old, genuinely gets to eat whatever she wants whenever she wants, um, and there's a few different reasons for that. Number one, she has been on dietitian's orders since she was 2 years old to consume as many calories as possible because she rarely ever stops moving her body. So she's burning tons of calories every single day. Um, so there's that. And then the other, like, the reason why she gets to eat whatever she wants is because um, when she is dysregulated, she will go sometimes days at a time without eating a proper meal. So any bite of food is calories that she needs. Um, so despite the fact that this has been the rule for her for many, many, many years, she still rarely eats ice cream for breakfast. Like she's done that twice ever in her life, that I can think of. So I'm just saying, like, don't assume that, like, just because she can doesn't mean she does eat whatever she wants. She's actually a very good eater, well balanced eater when she is regulated. Um, when she is regulated, she probably eats more vegetables than anybody else in the house. Um, and when she is regulated, she's what I call, I don't even know if this is a real thing, but she's like an intuitive eater. I've actually learned a lot about my own eating habits through observing her and the way she eats. Because there will be days where she's just like carb loading and like she can't get enough bread or pasta. And I'm talking like she's just asking for a plain piece of bread or a plain piece of pasta. One of the things that we do to help her um, increase the calories that she's consuming is when she asks for bread or pasta, we're going to um, offer some sort of like butter spread, MCT oil on noodles. Sometimes, we try to add calories to everything that she is eating because again, she just needs a lot more. Um, but when she is dysregulated, um, and that happens a lot of times when she's around people that she's less familiar with in less familiar settings. She'll just like go on hunger strike almost. Summertime, this is the third summer in a row that I've been aware of it. Maybe it was going on before that, but in the summertime, we don't have a set schedule. And as hard as I try to make something set, that's just not real life for us to be super structured. So it's hard to help her find that balance. So helping her achieve regulation when the schedule is not set in stone has been a real goal and challenge for us. But um, so I recently, just this week, Quinn has been attending some summer school. It's with some of the new teachers that she's going to have when she goes into middle school in the fall. But for the first 2 days of school, she was not interested in her snack at snack time. So her teacher asked me, like, do you want to try a different snack? And that's why I sort of had the idea to make this video now, because I told her teacher that if she went the entire school day without eating a bite of food, I wouldn't be worried about it. So, it's always nice to offer her snacks because on the flip side of that, a hangry Quinn is a sight. If you've ever seen a hangry Heather, whew, that's a crazy thing too. But add hangry when you don't have the communication skills to get your needs across, and it's going to come out pretty intense. Now, this is not something that I necessarily authorize other people to do, but I'm just going to admit something that sometimes she's so hungry that she can't get out of her own way about it. And you'll have a table full of food options for her. Safe option, her safe foods would be foods that I like foods that we know she likes and consumes regularly, or new foods, because sometimes the novelty of new foods is all she needs to sort of kickstart it. But we will have a tray full of food and she is just sitting there screaming. So sometimes I just have to like throw a bite of food into that screaming mouth and get her to like stop like yelling and get out of your own way. That's why I tell, like, once she's calmed down, we'll have a conversation. Like, you're in your own way about this food thing, my daughter. So, and that's the other reason why, like, sometimes she just needs like a few bites of whatever she's asking for, whether it be ice cream, a candy, chocolate chips. These are a few things that sometimes she just needs a few bites of those, whatever her palate is asking for, to reignite like the regulatory parts of her hunger, where she can then eat regular. So like if she asks for ice cream and I know she's hungry, I'm gonna grab the ice cream, and then I'm also gonna grab a couple avocado cups. She eats the plain avocado cups. Of course we're gonna buy fresh avocados when it's in season, but she eats avocados regularly, so we just buy the avocado, the pre-packaged cups. There's nothing in them other than avocado. And so she'll take a couple bites of that ice cream. It'll help settle and help her regulate, and then she sees the avocado, and then she'll point to that, and she's done eating the ice cream. She just needed that ice cream to sort of flip the switch and help her regulate. And so that happens pretty regularly in our house. It happened just so yesterday. I'm sorry. 2 days ago was the day that her teacher said, "Oh, she's not really eating a snack." So I sent different snacks to school yesterday. I didn't get an update on whether or not she ate them. They didn't come home with her, so I'm not sure. But last night she consumed so many calories at dinner time. She had 5.5 hot dogs, just the hot dog, no bun. And before you judge me, I know processed meats are terrible. We are trying to cut back, but it's something that she'll eat. So hot dogs. She had, this is all in one sitting, a little over 3 yogurts. Now she is on a dairy-free diet, so she gets to eat everything she wants minus the things that are not safe for her. So she doesn't consume any dairy at all, and that includes dairy baked into like baked goods or whatever. So if something has milk or butter, we don't let her consume that. And then bananas are the other food that she has a reaction to. So 3 yogurts are almond milk yogurt. She had 1 avocado cup at that sitting, and for those of you that don't know Quinn very well, she puts fruit snacks in her avocados and her yogurt. So like all of those, the fruit snacks paired with it. And what else did she eat? She ate one other thing. Oh, she had a serving of green beans. I feel like there was something else too, but she consumed all of those calories in one sitting. And sometimes she does that. Like, she will eat more than what her dad eats, and he's a big, big dude. So, anyways, I just wanted to share that with you. We never worry per se if she's not eating. We just offer food every few hours when she's not eating, because sometimes again, when she's dysregulated, she's not even thinking about eating food. And fun fact, I've known this about her like her whole life. Mostly, we've been aware of it for at least 7-ish years. Her brother is exactly the same way. He, most of the time from kindergarten, doesn't eat a lot at school. And in the early years of him being at school, I would worry about it. I'm like, oh, he's just so social. But part of it is because he's overstimulated. The really fun fact, I'm the same way. And I just became aware of that in my 39th year of life. That was 2 years ago. So, yeah. Maybe you or someone you love has similar things. And yeah, it's just this ongoing theme of me realizing that we don't fit into boxes. Most of us don't fit into this tidy, neat little box that society at whole wants us to fit in. But yeah, so there's that.